Good morning. We are reading the Bible in a year. How about that? It's day 130, and we're reading 2 Chronicles, chapters 15 through 16. And if I sound weird, I bit my tongue, and it kind of hurts. So we're going to do the best we can. And chapter 15. And the spirit of Elohim came upon Azaryahu, son of Oded, and he went out to face Asa and said to him, "Hear me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. Yahweh is with you while you are with him. And if you seek him, he is found by you. But if you forsake him, he forsakes you. For many days Israel has been without the true Elohim, and without a Torah priest, and without the Torah. But in their distress they turned to Yahweh of Israel, and they sought him, and he was found by them. And in those days there was no peace to the one who went out, nor to the one who came in, for great disturbances were on all the inhabitants of the lands. And they were beaten down, nation by nation, city by city, for Elohim troubled them with every distress. But you, be very strong, and do not let your hands be feeble, for there is a reward for your work." And when Asa heard these words and the prophecy of Oded the prophet, he strengthened himself, and he removed the abominations from all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and from the cities which he had taken in the mountains of Ephraim, and restored the slaughter place of Yahweh that was before the porch of Yahweh, and gathered all Judah and Benjamin, and those who sojourned with them from Ephraim and Manasseh, and Simon, for they came over to him in great numbers from Israel, when they saw that Yahweh his Elohim was with him. And they gathered together at Jerusalem on the 3rd new moon, in the 15th year of the reign of Asa. Something I've seen consistently is this idea of 3 new moons. I don't know what the point of that is, but I'm sure there's something there. T actually brought it up at the men's retreat, and that stood out to me. The 3rd new moon. Verse 11. And they slaughtered to Yahweh on that day 700 bulls and 7,000 sheep from the spoil which they had brought. And they entered into the covenant to seek Yahweh Elohim of their fathers with all their heart and with all their being. And whoever would not seek Yahweh Elohim of Israel would be put to death, from small to great, from man to woman. And they swore to Yahweh with a loud voice, with shouting and with trumpets and with the shofar. And all Judah rejoiced concerning the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart and sought him with all their being. And he was found by them, and Yahweh gave them rest all around. He also removed Ma'akah, the mother of Asa, the sovereign, from being sovereigness mother, because she had made an abominable image of Asherah, and Asa cut down her abominable image and crushed it, and burned it by the Wadi Kidron. Yet the high places were not removed from Israel. However, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. Interesting. And he brought into the house of Elohim the set apart items of his father, and his own set-apart items, silver and gold and utensils. And there was no more fighting until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. Chapter 16. In the 36th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha, the sovereign of Israel, came up against Judah and built Ramah to prevent anyone going out or coming in to Asa, sovereign of Judah. And Asa brought silver and gold from the treasuries of the house of Yahweh and the sovereign's house, and sent to Ben-Hadad, sovereign of Aram, who dwelt in Darmasek, saying, Let there be a covenant between you and me, as there was between my father and your father. See, I have sent you silver and gold. Come, break your covenant with Baasha, sovereign of Israel, so that he withdraws from me. And Ben-Hadad listened to the sovereign Asa, and sent the commanders of his armies against the cities of Israel, and they struck Eon and Dan and Abel Maim and all the storage cities of Naphtali. And it came to be, when Baasha heard it, that he stopped building Ramah and ceased his work. Then Asa the sovereign brought all Judah, and they took away the stones of timber of Ramah and Baasha, which Baasha had used for building, and with them he built Geba and Mitzpah. And at that time Hanani the seer came to Asa, sovereign of Judah, and said to him, Because you have relied on the sovereign of Aram, and have not relied on Yahweh your Elohim, therefore the army of the sovereign of Aram has escaped from your hand. Were the Cushites and the Lubim not a mighty army with very many chariots and horsemen? And because you relied on Yahweh, he gave them into your hand. For the eyes of Yahweh diligently search throughout the earth to show himself to be strong on behalf of those whose heart is perfect to him. Gosh, I love that verse. Underline with scribblies through the words, because I suck at this. But it's so good. That's verse 9. 2 Chronicles 16, verse 9. For the eyes of Yahweh diligently search throughout all the earth to show himself to be strong on behalf of those whose heart is perfect to him. You have acted foolishly in this. So from now on you shall have battles. And Asa was wroth with the seer, and put him in prison, for he was enraged with him because of this. And Asa oppressed some of the people at that time. And look, the acts of Asa, the first and the last, see, they are written in the book of the sovereigns of Judah and Israel. And in the 39th year of his reign, Asa became diseased in his feet, and his disease was severe. Yet even his disease did not seek Yahweh, but the physicians. But even in his disease, he did not seek Yahweh. Okay, that tracks. But he sought out the physicians. So Asa slept with his fathers, and died in the 41st year of his reign. And they buried him in his burial site, which he had made for himself in the city of David. And they laid him in the bed, which was filled with spices and various kinds of ointments mixed by the perfumer's skill, and they made a very great burning for him. All right, that's it. Tomorrow's chapter 17 and 18. Shalom.